If you've ever thought my child just doesn't care about their weight, this video is for you. Maybe you've tried encouraging healthier foods or being more active. You've had conversations about health or weight or habits, and every time it feels like you're the only one invested. You care, seems like your child doesn't. And that's at least how it feels. And honestly, this is one of the most frustrating situations parents face because when you care about your child's health, it's hard to understand why they don't seem motivated. But what if motivation isn't actually the problem? One of the biggest mistakes parents make is assuming that if a child isn't taking action, they must not care. In reality, kids usually care a lot more than they show. Sometimes they're just embarrassed or overwhelmed, or sometimes they've tried before and they've failed, or they don't even know where to start. And sometimes they're just tired of feeling like they're the problem. Imagine someone constantly reminding you about something you're struggling with every day, every week, every month. Eventually, you just stop engaging, not because you don't care, but because you're exhausted. Many kids experience health conversations exactly this way. And when parents see a lack of motivation, they may actually be discouraged. And the discouragement starts to look like apathy. Another reason kids appear unmotivated is because the goal doesn't even belong to them. And this is a big one. Many kids are trying to meet the goals of their parents, that their parents or the adults created. Parents want weight loss, they want healthier eating or more activity, less screen time. But a kid often feels very different motivators. They want to feel confident or to have more energy to keep up with their friends, to perform better in sports, to stop being teased, to feel comfortable in their clothes. So when we focus only on the parent's goal, we miss the child's motivations. And motivation grows when a child has that ownership. This is why forcing rarely works long term. The more pressure the child feels, the more resistance that tends to show up. Not because they're a difficult child, but because autonomy matters. Kids want to feel capable. They want to feel like they're making the choices. They want to feel like they have some control. When healthy habits feel like something being done to them rather than supportive, the motivation will disappear. When healthy habits feel like something they're choosing for themselves, that's when the motivation can grow. Another parent thing parents often overlook is the confidence. Many kids who appear unmotivated are actually really struggling with self-belief. They don't feel like they'll succeed, or they've tried before, or they've heard comments around them, they've experienced the setbacks, and eventually they just stop trying because they don't believe it'll work. This is why small wins matter so much. A child who drinks more water for a week, or starts eating breakfast, or goes for a walk, or chooses a new food, those are really small victories that actually can build a big confidence. Momentum can start creating that motivation. Parents wait for the motivation before taking action, but action is what often creates that motivation. Think about it this way. It's the same for adults. Think about exercise, for example. Most people don't just suddenly feel motivated. They start, they start to experience a little success, and then that motivation follows. Kids are no different. So this is why focusing on tiny, achievable wins is more effective than focusing on a big outcome. So instead of we need to lose weight, try saying something like, let's focus on this habit this week. Or instead of you need to eat healthier, say, what's one thing you'd like to improve? Notice the difference? One creates pressure, the other creates ownership. And the ownership is where that lasting change will begin. If your kid doesn't seem motivated right now, don't assume that they don't care. Look a little deeper, ask questions, listen, get curious. Help them find their reasons, not yours. Because children are far more likely to change when the motivation comes from within them. And that's exactly what we focus on at Niroggi. We help children build the confidence, ownership, sustainable habits, so healthier choices become something they want to do, not something they're forced to do. If your family could use some support like that, Niroggi offers a free trial so you can experience our approach before fully committing. Head over to our website to learn more. And in the meantime, let us know what's the biggest challenge you face in addressing this with your child.